What's up everyone, I'm Andrew, and in this tutorial we are going to do a complete comparison of WooCommerce WordPress versus Shopify. Now of course, as you might know, WooCommerce is not a platform itself, it's a plugin, a first-party plugin for WordPress. Both of them are completely free. So on one side we have WordPress plus WooCommerce, which is a plugin again for WordPress. Both of them are completely free and open source. And on one side we have Shopify, probably the most popular e-commerce platform. So of course Shopify is paid. And before starting the actual review, I'm just going to review the pricing for Shopify. So as you can see, we have the basic plan, which is $29 per month. And you get everything to create your store, ship products, and process payments. So this is a good plan for starting up. But then we have Shopify, which adds more features. So you have professional reports rather than basic reports. You can have 5 staff accounts rather than 2, and all of them. Now, also on Shopify, you have to give a percentage of your sales. So if you have credit card rates, here is 2.9%. On the Shopify plan, it's a smaller percentage, it's 2.6%, and on the advanced, you get 2.4%. So on WordPress, of course, you don't have to spend anything for the WordPress itself and for WooCommerce, but you do need to pay for your hosting plan and your domain. So you have to pay something like $12 for your domain for each year if it's a .com domain. Which is not a lot, and you also have to pay for your hosting plan. There are lots of options with different prices, but you can get a very good hosting company at about $7 per month. Now, depending on the hosting company and depending on the service, it can go higher. And we have hostings that are charging you $29 even or per month. But really all you need to do to start creating your website is just a domain at about $12 or $15 per year, and a hosting plan at about $8 per year for comparing it to the basic. Now as your WordPress scales up, you probably want to and have to have a higher and more advanced plan, so you have to pay more for your hosting plan. So it's cheaper, of course, comparing it to Shopify. Also, you don't have to give up these percentages. You still need to give some percentage based on the plan that you're using, based on the gateway you're using for payments, but it's going to be smaller if you choose a good payment system. And that's it. So that's pricing, and now we are going to start building with Shopify to see what it does. Now we have very good tutorials on WordPress. We have built a very cool website. So if you want to learn how you can build an e-commerce website on WordPress, we have complete tutorials. But basically, when you install WordPress, you get a basic website like this, and of course this is not what you want. So if you want to build an e-commerce website, you just have to bring plugin section and install WooCommerce. Then it allows you to add your products, then you choose a theme for WooCommerce, so you have to choose a theme, and there are very cool free themes, a very cool free page builder. So really you can stay completely free with WordPress, but of course there are premium plugins and themes. So now I'm just going to start Shopify and click on start. We have a start free trial, but you can also just simply log in, and without paying anything you can just start building and testing. So here actually I can just log in with my Google account. So as you can see, I have a website here, so it's showing me my admin panel for my website. That's because I previously created a website here just for demo purposes. But if you are starting from scratch, if this is the first time you are signing in, then you are directly at this create new store. So here it just shows my stores, and if I just click on create another store, you can see that we have this page. So this is where you start. So if this is your first time logging into Shopify, then you get this create new store. Now I have to put a name here, input a name. So let's just call it My Big Great Store. So that's it. So you can change this name anytime later, and you can also have your domain and connect it to Shopify. We are not doing it here, so let's just click on create a store. Now it says my store is ready. So now if you pay attention to the URL, it's giving me a URL with myshopify.com. Of course, you can use your own URL, your own domain name, and then you can just name your website anything. Now, because it's converting my name to a URL, so my-big-great-store, if I just, for example, have my-store, it's going to probably give an error because someone else have already done it. Or if I just have a store, name the store, then it's going to give an error. But once you have your own domain, then you can just name your store anything and just use your own domain. And now it's asking me, okay, are you already selling? And I can just select, I'm just playing around. And where would you like? And one great thing about Shopify is that they are extending their platform to a much bigger platform. So basically, it's not only a website builder. They are adding many features for being a complete e-commerce platform. Again, with WooCommerce, there are many plugins allowing you to do anything you want, but you just have to install them separately. So here, as you can see, it's asking me, okay, what do you want? Do you want to sell in person? Are you going to sell on Instagram, on Google? And asking you this question, it will just give you solutions based on the answers. All of them are possible on WooCommerce, and even more because we have lots of plugins for WooCommerce, lots of add-ons that work greatly for WooCommerce. It's not really correct to say plugin for WooCommerce because WooCommerce is itself a plugin for WordPress, but there are lots of plugins that add other features to WooCommerce. So for example, you can create a multi-vendor website like eBay. That's just easily possible with a plugin. You can allow your users to have their wish list. You can do any kind of thing you want. You can have a VIP subscription for your website or your rewarding program, any kind of a thing like this. So you can do anything, but you just have to search for the plugins yourself. Here, it's helping us to just create our website. So what is your current revenue? And we are just going to ignore these options, which industry will be operating in. Let's just select clothing and click next. And it wants the region. Now, as you can see, we have a step-by-step guide here. So it asks me to add my product, add my custom domain, and connect it, and customize my theme. So we are just going to skip these steps here. Let's just click on customize theme. So let's see what we get here for the design. So here, as you can see, we have themes, and this is the current theme we have. So this is actually coming from my previous website because I choose that. But if I just click on customize, you can see that I can customize the theme. So we have a very good visual editor, and of course we can choose a different theme. So this is a customizer for this theme, but you can choose a completely different theme. So you can see here that we have some themes here, and now of course these are only free themes. You can visit their theme store, and just like WordPress, they have a premium theme that you can just buy and just use. So pretty much like WordPress, and they are actually very expensive comparing to WordPress themes. So anyway, we are just going to continue with the free themes, and we can just quickly add any kind of theme we want to our library. So let's just add this craft theme. It's going to install it just like WordPress. And now I can just publish it. So now I have two themes, of course, and I can just publish this one. And by publishing, it will just use it on my website. So now my website is different. I can just, again, click on the customizer. And we have this nice visual editor to edit things. So we can just change image or content here. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of things that you have to learn working with Shopify. So Shopify makes the process of creating an e-commerce website much easier by setting the host for you, connecting your domain, connecting to payment gateways. But again, you really have to learn this stuff. So that's true for all website builders. So you have to just put some time learning them. So because you can just put time learn WordPress. So the big question here is, should I put time learning Shopify or should I learn WordPress? Because in both cases, you have to put some time learning this stuff. Now, of course, if the roadmap is different, you should take different paths. If you're working with Shopify versus WooCommerce and WordPress, but you really have to put some time learning. Now, as you might already know, I'm a big fan of WordPress because it's a very robust platform for creating any kind of website, not just e-commerce websites, any kind of website, and even, as I said, multi-vendor websites or any kind of website, because you have access to lots of plugins and lots of themes, and you can just customize everything. One other good thing is that it's completely free, open source, and it comes in GPL license, meaning you own pretty much everything. You own everything. So you can do anything you want with your website. Nobody is going to charge you any money, and the company cannot say, okay, we are going to charge you from now on. Nothing can happen for you. So you own every bit of content. On platforms like Shopify, there are lots of rules. You have to pay percentages. For example, they might increase the prices to their plans, so they can do anything. So they own the complete system, and then you're just using their platform. But on WordPress, you are your own boss. You own everything. Now, of course, there are things that are easier when using a platform like Shopify because it does all the job for you. So you have a step-by-step section that is allowing you, a step-by-step wizard that is allowing you to do everything. So it just says, okay, now enter your domain, now enter your products, now do this, now do that, now complete this information for your SEO, and then it just gives you a visual editor that you can learn to work with. With WordPress, you have all of this stuff. We have great visual editors that you can install. We have great plugins that you can install. If you want to do email marketing, you just install a great email marketing plugin. You want to create beautiful pages, you install a page builder like Elementor that is really powerful, but you just have to find all that stuff yourself. So you should start watching videos, for example, on this channel, or reading articles. Okay, which is the best page builder? How do I do SEO for my website? SEO is for showing better on search engines like Google, and you have to just search all this stuff and learn them. On Shopify, you still have to learn, but it's actually one platform that you can learn. So you don't have to work with different kind of plugins. You just start learning the Shopify platform, and it just takes you to the next step. So it says, okay, now you have to do this, now you have to do that. But on WordPress, you have the admin panel, but then that's your responsibility to find a good theme. That's your responsibility to find good plugins, install them, to set up payment gateways. To my opinion, WordPress is really worth it. I keep saying WordPress, but really I mean WordPress plus WooCommerce, because WooCommerce is just from the same developers of WordPress. So it's really worth it, I think. It's really worth the time you put learning WordPress. If you're a curious person, if you want to have something unique, a unique e-commerce website, if you want to be able to add different features to your website, so WordPress doesn't have any limitation. Anything can be done with WordPress. On the other hand, we have Shopify, so less features, but a robust platform. So you don't have to work with different kind of plugins. You don't run into issues that you might run with WordPress. With WordPress, you have to pay attention to your security. You have to pay attention to your plugins and to your speed. You have to do this stuff. But here on Shopify, it's just doing all of that for you. So basically, it depends completely on you. If you are willing to learn something very robust that can create any kind of website and is completely free and will stay free and popular, then switch and use WordPress plus WooCommerce. But if you want to quickly create an e-commerce website for your application, you don't have time to experiment new things, you just want to have a robust application, then choose Shopify. So with Shopify, you're investing on your website. With WordPress, you're investing on a platform that allows you to create any kind of website. And that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is the end of our comparison. If you have any idea, just comment down below. And like always, you can reach our team from the link in the description.